Good evening and welcome again to Castle Wilm. This is Amy Lynn, the Queen of Wilm, here to read you a story this evening. And this evening we are going to be reading another one of my books called How Petey Got His Puff. And without further ado, Petey the pufferfish was born like any other puffer, surrounded by many brothers and sisters in the sandy waters outside of a coral reef. As Petey and his siblings grew, they played and frolicked, munching on clams and algae to their heart's content. Time for supper! As they played, Petey noticed that he was different. You see, as pufferfish grow, they learn to fill their bellies with water to make themselves into a large, spiky ball. Being a large, spiky ball protects a pufferfish from being eaten by bigger fish. As each of Petey's brothers and sisters learned to puff, they would leave to explore the waters of the wide ocean. Make sure to wash behind your fins. One after another, they learned to puff, and soon there was no one left in their sandy home but Petey. Petey tried, but he could not fill his belly on his own. I can do this. I have to puff. What Petey did not know was that a friendly oceanographer named Kai had been observing their nest. Kai had watched the puffers grow and leave to explore the waters of the wide ocean. He felt bad for Petey. Kai saw how hard Petey tried to puff and had an idea on how he could help him. The next day, Kai bought some special tubes with a ball at the end just for Petey. He gently caught Petey in a net and placed the special tubes in his nose. Then Kai showed Petey how to press the ball. Petey pressed the ball and it filled his belly with water. Slowly, slowly, Petey began to puff. Petey was so excited. Now he could explore the waters of the wide ocean with his brothers and sisters. With a nod of thanks to Kai, Petey swam off to find his siblings. When he found them, Petey showed how his wonderful new tubes and ball made him puff just like them. Petey's brothers and sisters looked over his tubes and ball carefully. When they saw how excited Petey was to puff, they were happy too. You puff so nicely, Petey. Let's go explore, Petey said, and with a flick of their tails, they swam off to explore the waters of the wide ocean together. Thank you for joining me for our reading of How Petey Got His Puff. This book was written for one of my cousins. His name is Nolan, and he has a disease called knee-high, and his grandmother commissioned this book from me. She is also my cousin, and all the proceeds from this book go to my son, Samuel, and they go to an education fund for him. So it's a doubly positive book. You're getting people to know more about Nolan's disease and normalizing the use of nasal cannula, which are those little oxygen tubes on his face, as well as supporting one of my children with his education. Anywho, thank you for joining me this evening, and I hope to see you soon. Good night.